Hi, this is Reverend Jill Carey from Unity of Wimberley, Texas, and thank you for joining me on this day that is nasty weather for a good part of the country. We always get excited here in the hill country of Texas when we start to have winter storms and winter precipitation because we hardly ever have them. So we're all cozy and snug today. I'd like to speak to you just a moment from my heart about the state that we're living in right now. We're about to come up on the 1-year anniversary of things beginning to shut down because of the pandemic. We just celebrated New Year's Day about 6 weeks ago. And usually with New Year's Day, we have a new sense of hope, a new beginning, a fresh start. And I don't know about you, but this year I didn't feel that as strongly or intensely as I usually do because so much was remaining the same and there were fewer options for renewal except the internal ones. I've been reading articles from experts who are talking about what we can expect in this next year, even as the COVID-19 vaccine rolls out. I've received my first shot. I'm hoping that the second one goes as smoothly as the first one did. And so those who are eligible are getting the vaccine to some degree, but not nearly at the speed or with the efficacy that we had hoped. So we're in a time now where even when the vaccine has been fully distributed, whenever that might come, our lives will never go back to normal, the normal we used to have. And I'm getting kind of tired of the phrase, the new normal, even though that's what it is. But it's easy for us to kind of sink into despair about continuing the social distancing, having to mask or double mask when we go different places, our travel being restricted, our group activities that we do, the things that we do with groups of people like concerts, church, movies, all of those things are different. And because we don't know exactly how this virus is going to continue to act, what the effects of the mutations are going to be, we're going to have to continue the same behavior that we've had for a while. And I know that I had a lot of grief about that. And I don't think I'm alone. And so the despair that we might be feeling about that can become an opportunity for us to practice some gifts that we've already been given, that are already in place in us from God. Gifts like creativity, imagination, compassion in a different form, reaching out to other people in a different way. Changing the way we grow spiritually from what we might have been used to what we can do now. And so this is a time of great change that we're witnessing. And if you'll allow yourself, there can be an element of excitement in it because we have the opportunity to decide what our future is going to be like as far as the way we respond to it, no matter what the external conditions are. So how will we create more fulfilling lives for ourselves in the absence of what we've been used to? How will we approach each day rather than waking up with a sense of boring sameness and turn it into something that can be productive for us, that can give us a new viewpoint? Some of us are studying a book right now that my associate Kit Holmes is teaching called How God Changes Your Brain by Andrew Newberg. Excellent book, and it has exercises in it for meditation, for prayer, for breathing that begin to shift the way our brain works, that gives us a better opportunity to experience God in a way that we might not have before. It's very timely for us to have that so that we don't miss the opportunities to practice life differently. I've noticed that I've had interactions with people out in the world that have been much more fulfilling because we're grateful to see each other, strangers. We're grateful to have that human interaction with another. And we're looking at ways that we can bring, as far as our church goes, ways that we can bring people together to be able to have our rituals and our passages apart from each other that are so important to us in an archetypal way as humans. So I invite you to look at this extended time of things not being the same, to look at the future that may never look the same again as a way to stretch into the unknown with a little bit of hope, with a little bit of anticipation of opportunities that we might have missed in our old lives, an opportunity for us to explore what we'll do to enrich ourselves individually and collectively. It might even be a new exercise routine. It might be trying recipes that you've never tried before. It might be journaling or writing. It might be practicing a new artistic endeavor. There are so many ways that we can look at this, and I don't want to limit what it might be for you, even by these suggestions. But in a time of great change for humanity, we also have a time for great creativity, a time for us to consciously and deliberately shape our future rather than letting circumstances and outside things shape us. So just ponder on that for a little bit. If you're just going, I have no idea what she's talking about, that's okay. Just open your mind, open your heart, spend a little time listening to yourself, to the quiet inside you, to the voices of nature, even to the sound of sleet and freezing rain coming down, the sound of a fire crackling if you have a fireplace, or the sound of your fake fireplace, and allow yourself to see what life holds for you in the days to come. If you've got some ideas you'd like to share, please post them in the comments on this Facebook page. If you feel like this message might be hopeful and encouraging to someone else, please feel free to share it from my Facebook page. And again, you can support Unity of Wimberley by donating below or going to unityofwimberley.com. And we welcome your gifts as we continue to work through a time that is new, brand new, every single day. So I wish you hope. I wish you encouragement. Indeed, I affirm it. I support it. And I'm right here lifting you up as we all lift each other up. So thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you could be here. Join us on Sundays if you can for some uplifting messages and music. We'll continue to explore how God changes our brain. And if I don't see you before then on the screens, I will see you next Thursday at 1 o'clock Central Time. Thank you for joining me today. I love you and I miss you. Bye.